quite address those editings, and I'm hoping you can clarify for me.
We started out with Alice and Lisa
Yeah.
on a rocket ship going from
Yes.
London
From
Lisbon
the
or
Kenai International
to the
Space
Kenai,
Dome,
yeah,
whatever, right.
I like that version.
Yes, and well,
But that's not the one that made it to,
no,
Kalamazoo.
I have,
Right,
we
right.
have copies of that one too, and we've already made copies, because
This, and this you need to look at it, because my technology is Ballad of Kenai, Book 1, Act 1, Book 2, Act 2. Now, if this is what it says it is, or, you know,
That's a fly. I mean,
that's a 5-point.
I don't have a computer that
I
can
do.
do that. Do you?
Yeah.
Holy schmoly.
So the text,
then this will give you a better history yet, because this is the original Ballad of Kenai, which was a 2-act Ballad of Kenai in
and I was
part
in
one.
that
Right,
one,
right, I remember that.
75, I was in
In the
that one.
Canby Theater.
I saw that one. It was the first thing I ever saw when I came to Canada.
And Ellis, Mayor
Ellison.
Ellis.
James and Jamie Ellison.
Yeah.
No, Joanne.
Elson.
Elson
Yeah, yeah.
was Grandpa
Yeah.
Alex. No, he was old Alex.
And,
Tim Jakinski.
And
was-
Mary Nell was Lisa, maybe
Lisa.
Lisa, granddaughter Lisa.
Yeah.
And he was telling the story, and that was our going back and then going back and then going back and then back to the long time.
That is truly a floppy.
so I don't know if that's what it is. I mean,
We will,
Somebody
if
needs
you
to
will
find
give us
out.
permission. So Chris and I are gathering as much of the material as we can, and we're copying, digitizing, and then keeping it away from.
Uninterested parties. They're just, they didn't
I don't know
have.
what you mean, but that's not gonna happen again.
okay, let me say, I'd be delighted. I have had this, I mean, I've got a whole, every play up to a certain point that Kenai Performers ever did. And some of Peninsula Dancers and some of all the other things. And pictures and all this good stuff that I've been hoping to voice off.
Well, I would be happy to be hoisted on too.
Okay, but you have to promise me with your life and your soul.
I am, I'm making that pledge to you, and that's not going over to the Kenai Performers.
Right.
I can't, not until we have a permanent home on stage
Well,
3.
even then, once it is all accumulated and
And still
collated in
Because-
some sort, we're
let's
digitizing it all.
I've
Let's
been
face
talking
it, there
to,
was history before Carol.
oh, I'm,
Thank you.
She held on to the Kenai Performers during a time when nobody was doing
That is
anything.
true.
And you have to give her credit for that, because she really
Dawn, we
did a
visited
good
Dawn
job.
yesterday. Yes, she
Okay,
did. Yes, she
a
did.
really good
She
job.
built
on
it right back up.
But before that, we were something before that.
Yes, we were.
Most definitely.
I know that part.
And that's where my dates, I'm terrible. I just remember in the mid-60s, we did Ash Wednesday. And that is the first formal performance that I remember. And I think I was 11 or 12-ish, and I was forced by the good Phyllis Moran to hit this little damn drum behind the pulpit. But I don't know, were you one of the choral readers?
No, I didn't do Ash Wednesday. I remember it.
I remember
It was
Rosie
at the
and Karen.
Methodist Church. if I
Yes, yeah.
remember
Yeah,
Yeah.
right,
And
right.
from then it was Fine Arts Festival at that time.
Yes.
And then it evolved into all of these other groups. But the dates,
And the first, actually, I misspoke. The very first Ballad of Kenai
Jean
was,
did a,
did a
a
dance
dance,
version.
yeah,
And
yeah.
the guys
Yep.
from the platforms out there in their boots and their hard hats strutting around like real Texans.
seriously,
Oh, she
they were
must have.
really from the
She
platform?
must have loved
Yes.
that. Yes, she
Oh,
did
that's
that one.
gorgeous.
She often reminisced about that. She gotten those guys out there, they're dancing.
well, Chris had gone off, or came up when she came up, or you went to do your master's and found out that having 14 adult men that have a regular day job and then coming to the dance studio for what's supposed to be an hour, it was always 3 or 4, was unusual.
Highly. We're extremely
Somehow
fortunate.
Jean made us compelled, I don't know. Here's my apple, can I come?
Challenge.
Can I come dance in your studio?
I don't know.
How she did it, but it sure was he had whatever gift that is.
Whatever, yeah. Oh, oh, who else wants cheese?
Suzanne had some right there now.
Oh, she's got some already.
And so, we visited Don yesterday, he had lots of programs organized, so we kind
So we have
went
it all.
through it. And there was a couple of programs that gave history of the Peninsula Dancers, history of Kenai.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
a paragraph,
Yeah.
a blurb.
And those were from him.
Chris?
He wrote those.
No, thank you.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
Okay.
Can't come to Jean's house.
The early, that's where I got my early history.
What's from Don?
Was from John, because he was the one who was actually involved in a lot of those performances.
Yes, yes.
And so, yeah, and it was just one paragraph, and it fit beautifully on the program, and blah, blah, blah.
Another program gave the years, I want to say it goes back to, it references it, that
Several
they gave
performances,
1970
yeah.
this, 1970 that,
Up to the 80s, even.
you know, what we had done.
Yeah.
And
Now, Dave Forbes also had a list, and I have them in my files, a list of all the
Yes, he did.
performances.
neatly laid out,
Right, yeah.
perfect font.
Right, yes, yes, and very concise, and there it was, this is the information you need, and there it is.
Good.
And that's in my files.
Good. And then I found also in either yours and or Barb's printing, because I still remember seeing notes in those and that handwriting, there are budgets and all sorts of, not so much yours. Barb was very, anyway,
I have. the
it's
budget.
interesting to have all of
I
that.
have budgets, I saw for some of the shows, I mean, there's a lot of information there for somebody who wants to go through it
Yes.
and piece it all together. The history is there up until a certain point, in which case, at that point, where I just said, enough is enough, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, let alone.
I'm doing file cabinets full already, yes. Well, I will be doing that, and so, because, again, part of the grant writing process, and then just so people know, Don was sharing one story about the adjudicator from New York who thought you guys were exaggerating.
The characters.
Your characters, and that you guys also were laughing, you thought this is true. And Debbie had shared that her husband had grown up in the house where Edie and was recuperating and laying low after being shot. And she had just told me that story, and then Don tells me that, and I'm like, yeah, it was exaggerated all right.
Maybe not.
Actually, I was thrown down. These New Yorkers think they're so, they don't really have it. I thought that was amusing, but it does illustrate a challenge I'm going to have with a cast of people that were raised here. To be able to empathize with those characters. I mean, part of the genius of that play was everybody that was in it had at least known what an outhouse was. And had seen breakup. And it seems silly, and we're glad they're gone. We have into a plumbing. But that whole, all that goes with it, that culture that goes with all that is going to be hard to get my cast to be able to create the, because I really want to authentic.
One of the most Tri-City life experiences, who is the director to come down to the river?
Oh dear, I think that was July.
Dorothy
Atkinson.
Atkinson,
Oh, Tom, it was Tom, you're right.
wanted to ask down to the river and do something with them, so
And
that
that-
they could have a real life experience.
yeah.
Taken through cannery, because I remember Barb talking about cannery workers,
Mhm.
and the back of us were cannery workers,
Yeah.
and picking the scales off.
Yeah.
For
All of it,
days
right?
afterwards, Dr. Holt,
Well, yeah. And on your
This
wrist where the
seems-
gap was between your gloves and the
Mhm.
sort of things.
Yeah.
Right.
You can
Yeah,
still smell
yeah,
dirt.
yeah.
You didn't have your work cut out for you.
Yes, and, yeah, there's many decisions to be made originally had hoped, of course, this would be the opening play, and I still intend it to be the opening play for the Black Box Theater. But for that, we will probably do the competition piece. And we'll see. It's just tighter and smaller and more manageable.
And actually, yes, although I just said I liked the one with Alice and Lisa at the beginning, that was my own personal choice, but for a showpiece, the one that went to Kalamazoo was probably as good as it's ever going to get.
Well,
Yes,
but part of that was because you guys were so tight.
well, we've been playing it since the beginning of time. My God,
But the players had all been playing together
Yes.
too. I mean, there's all that that's just challenging to
It was a
replicate.
unique
I'm
experience.
not probably going to try to replicate it as possible, but I'm going to try to get a close facsimile with the authenticity. Another thing Chris had mentioned is she didn't get it when she watched it in '75.
I was fresh from San Francisco. I didn't know what Chachaco meant. I didn't know about outhouses, canneries, platform workers, what outside meant. I mean, there was just,
Too much vernacular, you guys.
I loved the show. I was entertained. It's the one that was in the mall. You know, Don sang his stuff from Music Man, which I recognized, progress, having seen shows.
Yeah.
But there was parts and pieces that I didn't understand, but I came to understand after being here, but I wasn't quite sure what had happened.
Although, see, but that's another.
That's
point.
me though. It
Yeah.
wasn't.
But that's another point for the competition piece, and that is that after we did the competition piece, we had people come up to us from all over the United States, in big cities and small towns, saying, I know just exactly what you're talking about. That's going on in my town too.
So there's
Amazing.
that
So
universal
good.
quality.
The small town anywhere thing.
Yeah.
The change
Progress,
from
yeah.
the past to.
Which maybe handled the hook on,
Uh,
or not.
I think, but I'm also intending to do an extensive foyer immersion as you go into the auditorium. Here's Joe's, with Joe sitting there with his two dogs. Because I've been doing research, we've talked to Thomas, we're gonna talk to a lot of people, not just, the Warmers and Valley Kenai, but just flavor too. I have one or Kenai and many other local writings that I'm hoping I can get my crew to read. And then, again, foyer, trying to develop a feel, just immersion sort of thing.
I don't think I don't know if that's hanging around in any of the libraries anymore or not, but it may or may not have some information that might be. James Hornaby.
74. Wow.
And so it may be, I just,
Yeah, big deal.
you might want to take that with you and see if it's got anything that you
I
can
would
use.
love to do that, yes.
Yeah. Because one of the things that Chris is going to do with the choreography is kind of upgrade it, right? And
Yeah, be true to Gene, totally,
Right,
but
right.
hopefully we'd be having
Right.
Peninsula Artists in Motion, performance dancers. So if you're gonna do it in the theater and do it with full lights and charge a bunch of money, try to make it a bit more glamorous in the dancing aspect, but still true to what she was learning from Peter Kalifonski and the kind of
Right.
stuff she was including, like for instance in the tribal dancing, and
Yes,
try to be as honest without just doing the exact same stuff.
right. Good.
Trying to be true to both, you know what I mean, true to everything, and had talked about using the Kenai dancers, the Jumbelina dancers, but the trouble there is those folk aren't usually good for long rehearsals, and
yeah.
they're doing more Plains Indian dancing, kind of, and we don't really know, other than what Gene did, what the real deal was.
Right.
So, as in myth, as you know, there are things that we can use from all kinds of myth. A first woman and first man is like Adam and Eve. I mean, with Raven and everything. It's a creation myth. And
Right, yeah. No, I think that's a very reasonable approach.
we've got a
Yeah.
real nice dance company right now that can do some really nice things. Not the Peninsula Dancers didn't at all. They were the key deal.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah, no.
having seen both, you know, all of it, just trying to connect it. And Tara, having been in 1991, she's already was in that second one, or that third one, or
I
fourth
just
one.
love that continuity too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that was what I was hoping to do in that first summer stop.
And of course,
Opening
and-
play was to have as many of you will
so we have to get your head.
performers come and, like, if not that role, in it.
An old cannery worker.
I've been imagining Jean as with her walker coming across.
yeah.
Well, you don't have to
If
be,
anybody
may
could
not
do
be
it,
kidding,
Jean could pull it off. I don't know.
well,
A little flair.
and I have, the seasons committee has approved the quit giving stipends because it got too weird and expensive. And so that eliminated Maria, so I put a stipend in my budget. They said, well, what's this for? I said, it's for Maria, but we don't do that. I said, yeah, I think we should. And they said, well, it hasn't gone through the board, but it'll go through the board, because
Well,
you
that's-
can't not do this
Sounds
without
like
Maria.
you of Kenai Performers.
This
If
is
she'll
what
accept,
they-
I mean, just as a,
Yeah.
Did anybody, and Suzanne asked me this, did anybody ever film Ballad when we were doing it? We did it innumerable times. Did anybody ever take a video of it?
we are working on that. The one I know of is Shiloh in 1991.
91.
But Shiloh is focused on the Phillipses and did not shoot the show.
Ava,
I haven't
That was
talked with
fun.
Ava, she's vague when I talk to her, because she can't answer questions, yes or no, when it works.
well, yes.
So I don't know, I haven't gone through the entire box that Peterson had, and I was gone, I was down the lower 48 going to school.
I think that's something that I'm missing. I don't know if I have that. Remind me that I have to look to see if I have a video of it. I have some of the shows that I was in.
Well, I
Yeah,
just
don't
told
know.
Chris David has quite a slew.
And maybe he's got one.
A
You-
lot of the ones that he was in.
I was talking to Alan, and we have had this conversation many times about preserving videos and tapes.
I
And
talked
he's
to
got a
him.
whole company he uses up north that will convert
It's
reasonable cost, good experts. They can digitize everything, and that's what we're doing.
I tried to get these files into the college, but I have failed so far. I thought this college would be a good repository,
college.
Yeah, because Alan really does have quite an extensive collection.
and it seems to me that the arts, this whole band of Kenai thing,
Well,
should be a part of it.
yes,
Kenai
at every
Performers
level,
can
at every
also
level,
answer
that's the
this.
thing.
Their history should be part of the history of our cities.
Well, to that, can you give me your memories, like, it was, okay, obviously Gene, and then Phyllis, I voted down, they were friends and buddies, and what, they were sitting there smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee, and decided, let's do a show. Do you know any, who else was involved and initiated it?
Well, Jean often talked about she and Lance sitting there talking about the old stories and about some of the characters that were too outlandish. But I don't recall her saying anything about Phyllis.
Not necessarily for ballot.
But just.
Just
in
the
general.
organization.
Oh, yeah, oh,
no,
yeah.
Phyllis,
Oh,
I don't
sitting,
think,
smoking cigarettes and drinking coffee, yes, indeed, and telling tales and remembering things, yes, I'm sure.
but where did, was this, let's do, I remember the Miss and Ms. pageant. Remember, and Pat,
Karen will
and
know something about that.
Pat, and Becky,
Yeah,
and
Probably.
all sang the Irish.
that was a different show.
That
But it was
was.
back when they were doing,
That was
we
in
were doing
the-
medleys, we were doing like, there would be a dance, and then there would be some
That
singing, and
was
then there would be a
the
sketch.
Fine Arts Festival.
That was still fine arts. I think,
And,
yeah.
okay, now,
Yeah.
was that the beginning of Kenai Performers Peninsula Dance Series?
I think not Kenai Performers, but maybe not, well, I'm not sure about Peninsula Dancers, but that was the, kind of like the impetus for the whole idea of doing performances. Oh, look, we can go in front of an audience and hold up our heads and not embarrass ourselves, and we can present something to people. And the Methodist Church was agreeable to letting them use the rehearsal space. And I remember then we were being in the middle school gym,
Lots in middle school.
yeah.
At that time, it was the high school, though.
Yes.
That was all,
It was
It
K
every
through
fall,
12,
it was
yeah.
the whole thing.
plus
It
the
was
borough
pre-
building, plus the
Yeah,
Yeah, anything
school
else you could
district,
think
and it's
of.
all there.
yeah.
Rain,
In fact,
wind,
Oklahoma, we
stuff.
had a parachute
Why did
for,
I remember Oklahoma?
set for Oklahoma.
But that was 70.
Yeah, that was in the 70s.
But I think that Kenai Performers had actually done some shows before that. They've done some, like, I think somebody went out to Wildwood.
Yep. we
That was
did
Carolyn or Dawn, Nicole.
Mhm.
Well, no, because maybe Phyllis did,
Well, we did- there was
because I
some
remember I
lawyer
had to
forum.
help, I had to do something.
Yeah, exactly, and I don't remember what we had to do, but come Lawyer Horn,
Yes,
and, okay, chapter 2 was Dawn.
yeah.
They were before the actual Peninsula Dancers. I
Yes,
remember
yes,
that,
yeah, yes.
because-
Weren't the Peninsula Dancers incorporated in 1981? Because that's when Jean got us all together and said, now you have a name. And she bought all the purple unitards.
Oh, I remember, do you remember the Elvin unis, we were just talking about those?
Because before that, I don't think they were called Peninsula Dancers. I don't know what, there
I
was
don't
a,
think they were called anything, Master Dance Studio.
it
It was Jean's
yeah.
Dancers.
I think it was after I was involved that they actually became an entity, and we had a nonprofit 503C and
All the
everything.
years before that, it was that one big yearly fine arts festival here in Kenai.
Yeah.
But Kenai Performers was actually
They
incorporated
were
in,
before.
Something
early
was
70s.
before ballad, yeah, but I don't think they were called, just a quick segue. Tell me about the teacup dance. I'm always asking Phil about the teacup dance. I saw this beautiful dance that Jean did where they had saucers and teacups, and it was in the old school.
yeah.
No, it wasn't Fiddler on the Roof.
It was for music and video.
It was, okay, so that was one of the things you did where it was a medley of things and they
Yes.
just did dances. So
Oh,
what
yes.
was that called then? Was
I
that
think
the
that was
Fine
still the
Arts
Fine
Festival?
Festival.
I think that
Yeah.
was the final.
Yeah.
Okay, but I remember that dance and it was lovely, but I didn't know what that was. And I sold tickets for that at the book cash.
Yeah, you guys were all, you and Rosie were at
Rosie
the
was
Union.
up there,
Yeah.
and she would come down
For what
Yes.
side?
to be in some of
Yeah.
these fine art performances still, even from Anchorage.
Some of the photos I got from Peterson, and I don't have them on my phone or in a chair. In fact, I didn't even recognize myself. It was short. I was crying on furniture, which was kind of the tell. Like you would appreciate that. But there's Lisi. I didn't recognize him
Oh,
because
In
he's
profile, you,
Yeah.
yeah, very distinct.
20 or something, very young, and some others, and we were in the gym. And if I can get those photos, I'll bring them back. I'll get them
Richard Dixon.
blown up. And because I need help identifying some of these.
Oh, listen, I have got all of those files I've got. Very few of those people are identified. Yeah, I know.
But with enough people around at the table passing them around, we did this at the Historical Society too.
Yeah.
You took a pencil and you had a sticky and you said, I think this is so-and-so at such and such a time or event or whatever.
Right.
And we could do that.
Well, I had hoped, mostly I wanted to have, more one-on-one, two-on-two, small group before we have a whole
Well,
group.
sure.
Stalled, but Marion had us come to her house.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And that happened a long time.
That was a
20
long
years
time ago, but it was not successful. Everybody got chit-chat, 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 and nobody got close to the recorder,
Right.
and nobody identified themselves, and it's just like a mishmash.
Yes, and that was right. Trying to be a little more organized about it this time
I think
and
so.
more extensive.
That was my fault.
Um,
I said, I'll take care of it, and I didn't.
well, the
So I'm a little bunch.
Yeah, well, that's for sure.
These are people talking about themselves.
No, I mean, you're really, I was in that saying yes.
We could
There are
possibly
those of us who
go
are
amiss on that.
small and make sure.
Oh, dear.
So you're still trying to find the first show? Is that kind of the focus?
Well,
The
that
actual
first
beginning?
show, or when did we become these
The articles of
autonomous,
incorporation.
boom, us,
Oh.
them, and you?
The three groups, the
Well,
Tier one.
primarily, I would argue that those three groups are the three groups that got everything else
They are,
that's
yeah.
been going.
Well, some of this will be made here.
Going
You
through
go
the
through the
conference.
file.
We'll go through it and we
Okay,
have,
that would be
and
great.
make a spreadsheet of dates.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I was asking you to read that article that was in the Clarion last week about the group in Eagle River or Wasilla that claims to have been doing 30 years of theater, and now they were going to write a grant for a performance arts center.
Yeah.
I wanted Phil to read that and go online and look what they had planned, because they had the schematics, trying to see if you were the oldest, or if there's a Fairbanks group or close, on the peninsula though, definitely.
Yeah, there evidently was a group out on Funny River that was doing something as a pretty
Oh,
close knit.
there was, yeah, before even Funny River.
Really, before.
Yes.
Weren't there the Kenai
Anchor
players?
Point.
Anchor Point.
Yes, Anchor Point, no, not Anchor Point,
Milchik.
the Milchik.
Okay.
Between the Milchik and here. Bartolowitz, what's the lady that used to be square dancers, anyway, I've got that also in my file. They were doing grammars.
Grammar.
Yeah.
Grammar, let's do some grammar. I love that.
I'm having that woman.
Like Nilo grammar.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Well,
I love
I
it.
like melodramas.
I do too.
Oh, yeah, it was great. I could,
Peanuts and beer.
I'll have to write the story about going out there to Quonset Hut and watching one of the grammars.
Well, in fact, I asked Don, and he said he had already been doing a little writing, and I was asking Don to write more, if he would.
Good.
And I would ask that of you as well, and just memories.
Anecdotal, wonderful.
Yeah, anecdotes are great. It doesn't have to be this day, this hour, this, that he said.
Right.
I don't know. I don't remember like that either. I always remember something that says, no, that's not quite right. It's not good. Oh, okay.
Well, everyone has their own perspective
Oh,
on
sure.
anyone's circumstance.
Well, you better go
and-
over it again. Further
No, you just
away
get
to
more
show it.
creative
I
is
was
what
like,
you do.
wow, man, I used to be able to do all these dancing. I can do those things.
Don't try.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I used to be able to do triples. I would do a triple double once in a rare while, and single tap.
Better to just remember.
Yeah. That's why I don't like watching videos. Oh.
I have a question. Was there Kenai players before Kenai Performers? Or is
Not
that
to my
just,
knowledge.
did some people just refer to you guys
They
as
still
Kenai
do,
players?
yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
there was no
Yeah.
differentiation in name. Second thing, Jean, when did you sing Mary Magdalene in Jesus Christ Superstar?
That was
Lovers
in,
Collide.
that was-
At Lovers
Yeah,
Collage,
Lovers.
was that part of the festivals, the fine arts festivals, or
it
was
was
that?
toward the tail end of it, and so it was not done at the Methodist Church,
That was over in the school.
It was in the gym.
Yeah,
I know that.
yeah.
And then we did a lot of those medleys at the college though, too, with your class, when Rosie was singing with you. I mean, a lot of those, I don't know, those were showcases. I don't know if those were
Yeah,
Kenai Performers
that was
or
a different
KDC,
setup.
but we were all participating in it. in
We've
some
all,
fashion.
this is the thing, this
It's
whole group is
incestuous.
incestuous.
Yeah, in a good
Either
way.
this year, that year,
Yeah,
whatever you
yeah,
need to
that's
be.
true.
In order to keep on playing,
Yeah.
you go with whoever's got a show going on, and that's the name of the game.
And then there was Temptations. When there was no show going on, Jean would link a bunch of the songs from shows together, and then there'd be a dinner theater.
That was
Yeah,
Jean.
yeah.
That was me and David.
You and David did Temptations, okay, I
Because I
didn't.
went into David and said, I'm hooked on 7 deadly sins, I can't get them out of my mind. And he sat down and wrote a script called Temptations.
How interesting. But then it was parts and pieces of all shows we'd done. It was like, it seemed,
Not
songs
necessarily.
from Guys and Dolls
But-
and
There was,
People they hadn't even
I
done some of
remember,
those.
because there was
They
a
were-
big discussion, and we were doing music and stuff like that.
all your favorites.
When
yeah.
it was based on looking at some of the deadly sins and what songs could be pulled out was part of it.
I was in it and I had no idea that's what it was about.
It wasn't a mishmash of shows. There were, I think,
Steam Pete,
Steam.
I remember
We
that.
never did that show. We never did the show with Steam.
we danced that dance in
But you dance and
Temptation.
dance in Temptation.
It was developed, was it originally for, like, I remember you did several times for what's the Elks or the Moose or
We offered a
Somebody-
awards dinner or something
several
like
times,
that.
what's it
We did a
developed?
couple of shows for
Something
them.
like that, or for just a show.
No, Temptations was just dinner theater.
Show.
It was just a
Dinner
dinner
theater,
theater.
that's right. When
That was
we
how we were
doing-
making money in
dinner
those days.
theater.
Dinner
And
theater.
we made money on those, man.
Yeah.
So those weren't Kenai Performers coffers, or, see, that's, I had no idea, it didn't matter to me at the time.
Combination,
It was
wasn't it?
always a combination. It was Peninsula Dancers and Kenai Performers.
Right.
And sometimes Pier 1 Theater,
Right.
depending on if Lance had any money he could throw into it.
And Kenai Peninsula Orchestra
He
was
didn't
always the
really
music,
start Pier 1
right?
till 73. Separate summer stock, Pier 1 theater. That was 1973.
Was it
Okay.
73?
Because Paul graduated and
I was
moved
working
to
for
Homer
Shirley
and
and
did
did
that.
costumes,
And I did
Did you go down
Shakespeare.
there?
I did part of this.
Because Paul, our brother Paul, was
Yeah,
down there
brother.
full time living with Lance and Barb. And I was working in Anchor Point and ran back and forth and did some really ugly costumes. They were awesomely awful. But there was no money, there was no anything. There
Well,
was
that
just-
was it, yes.
Yeah.
that was-
Well, and that's
I still
why
cringe when
everything
I
was
see one.
incestuous, because you had to go with what was going on. You couldn't wait around for somebody to get the money. Whoever got the money got the actors. That's it.
And I remember the first full-length musical that was done,
Which was,
and it was done by Pier 1 Theater and Peninsula Dancers. Was Kenai Performers, I know, being incestuous, a lot of the
The
people that were in it
were Kenai
were from
Performers.
Kenai Performers, but I don't know if it was actually an official in conjunction. I know it was with
The
Peninsula
programs all
Dancers.
say that, by the way. When you go to looking at the files, the program will say in conjunction with it, so you'll know which theater groups were actually, had some money in the pot, or costumes in the pot, or something.
Was Oliver, I thought, was our very first
I think that
full-on,
was the first
Who?
one.
Oliver?
All of us, yes.
because Bob Richardson had come to town.
that's what Lance.
And Bob had the energy and the skill set to put together an actual orchestra and conduct and
Was that your
and
first
had the
one?
energy to put up with us.
No, I
Trained.
didn't do Oliver, I was in the audience, and I didn't do, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma
I was in the
came next.
audience, although I helped with some of the singing direction, and the next show, which was
Annie?
Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh.
Fiddler.
I thought we did Annie before, you did Fiddler twice, so you must have done Fiddler, then Annie, then
Yeah,
Fiddler
Fiddler
again.
was the third show, I think.
We were up, we were not came.
And that was.
Phyllis came up for Oklahoma from Montana.
Um,
I remember the dress rehearsal.
Yeah, she came up.
Yep, I remember.
That was
they did.
76
She looked
or
awesome.
7, no,
I
because
remember the days, the years.
she was,
In Montana.
Did you do Fiddler like 3 times then, or did you do parts of Fiddler, and then Fiddler, and then it was done again by Kenai?
Cheryl did Fiddler.
Jean did a
Recently.
dance version of Fiddler.
Yes.
Okay,
Because
that's
David
what-
was, I think, the fiddler in that one, and they
Yep.
took it across the inlet also.
Yes.
And that was part of the festival thing still? It
and
was
so
a
what
lot.
Peterson would do would
Yes,
create
I think it was.
narrations to help
Yes.
the story plot as we would dance
Okay.
the major parts and pieces. That's how that went. And that was the same with JC Superstar. And we were the first live person we danced to. It was Sidney, Brian, and I. And we were singing I Don't Know How to Love You.
I
And we
remember.
hated it because because it wasn't exactly the same each and every time, which was the only way we were trained to can music. And then once we got used to different phrasing and the pianist was, I don't know who followed who, and I don't remember who the pianist was.
I led the piano player because she was way beyond her.
And we were trying to, you hold that, you're okay. But then, and so I remember that was the very first live music we had. Well, there was a 4th of July parade that we were in, and I played the trumpet, and my valves froze. And it was cold. One of those. And we had a float, and the girls were doing whatever. I was like, da, 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 right? And it just, so I took off my mouthpiece, and I just buzzed it. Zoomed across it. And the girls just kept going, because you didn't break character, and you didn't stop.
No.
Those were things that did not happen. Certain rules that were, I never broke those rules.
It's amazing, isn't it? How well organized we were for being not organized. I mean,
We call that stagecraft now.
yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so. I guess.
And you
so.
just go into autopilot and you know how to do a show in all aspects of it and do it pretty well. Yeah, it's been lost somewhere along the line.
That's too bad. That's too bad. We had a lot of fun in between all that.
Which we call.
And it was something to do during spring break, since that's when
Oh, yeah.
Well, and that is the other part, is there weren't as many activity options in the book. I mean, if you could afford some skiing, how much skiing could you do? I skied too from the studio, from Beaver Loop. Pretty much soon after sophomore year. And then you guys were all done, I had hard trucking coming on, so a little easier.
everybody else was at.
Yeah, so, but yeah, that was part of the reason I think so many people got involved, was that was what there was to do.
And that's why we could continue to do and then do and then do. And a scene over and over and over until we got to some place that was considered right.
Yes.
Was because we had all the time in the world. That was one thing we had a lot of, was time.
Well, I do remember Peterson keeping us up on tours till 2
Yeah.
in the morning. I can't sleep to do a couple of times. He kind of mentioned that wasn't really his concern.
Deal with it, the show must go on.
Yeah, that, I remember a couple of that.
I do.
That was,
Remember, of course, Cindy Brenda or whatever she was at that time.
Robin's
When we were
No problem.
sleeping in the gyms on stacks of wrestling mats.
yeah.
And she was so sick. Yeah, she would get up and go on the stage and come back.
Yep.
Collapse again.
Yes.
Not always the most fun.
We have a video, Dawn had a rehearsal of Peninsula Dancers, and so Shepherd and I were Dawn or something. Anyway, Valerie and Rosie and were just horribly sick. I mean, seriously bad. And it was one of your dances.
You were throwing up, I remember
Yeah,
that.
it was god awful long. I mean, this dance went on for
Peninsula Dancers.
7 or 8 minutes. It was seriously 6.5 minutes, if not longer. And I'm in all the, and it's in like this aerobic voodoo Haitian music.
Oh, it's the boombala music.
Yeah, it's not like, it's not a dog. It was not a dog show. And finally at the very end, and you can see Jean walking by, and at the very end, I just, I let down, and you hear her yell. It's a rehearsal on a concrete floor. Didn't matter, it was just a rehearsal. Now you'd have parents call me again.
Oh my God, yes.
You yelled at me. I've had people call me.
I do have Peninsula Dancers photos and programs too, some.
That would be wonderful. That would be good. I have the t-shirt, that's all I have. Associated. Well, and then we have the, where I put those, they're little.
Yeah, up at the festival in Juneau,
Festival.
we have that. And I think we have a video of some of that stuff too. So Jean, I remember working with you on Annie Get Your Gun. Now before that, did,
Oh, that's right, I forgot about Annie. You've been saying Annie, and I've been thinking Annie.
no, Annie Get Your Gun, I thought that was the first one that you worked on.
Okay, that
With-
was with
Because
McCubbins.
a full fiddler, the full fiddler came the next year
That's
after
right,
that, because
you're right.
that's when we met Bob and Rosemary. We had never met them before. Remember Rosemary came out for Annie Get Your Gun, and it was in the little theater,
Yes.
and we danced on the stairs, and the
Yes.
audience was out there.
Yes, that's right.
So before that would have been Oklahoma, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It was Oliver, Oklahoma.
Then Annie Get Your Gun, then
And that was
fiddler.
the first one that I did, and then after that was
Fiddler.
Fiddler. You're absolutely right.
Okay. Because you were so fun, because I'd run off stage all excited, and you and Jean would be like, is it going good? And we'd all be jumping up and down so excited, and you guys were so thrilling always. You know, you weren't just sitting there going, okay, we've been here all night, every day. No, you were all jumping up and down backstage, you and Jean McMaster, just always so excited for us. It was nice.
Boy.
Kept the
that was
energy
a
going.
Graduation from going from the old high school, the old boarding house, to the theater, even though it was the little theater in high school.
Well, that was a big deal.
At least.
Was that the first one that was in the little theater then, Annie Get Your Gun?
Lights that
And it was so, yeah, figure it out, get that back flat, get up in the air.
So which theater was built? Was it Sonata?
So that was built first. Because we did Music Man over
Yes, that
there.
was the first real theater. And when Lance got into trouble, everybody got in, we all got into trouble. I didn't know about it because they kept it from me. But when we walked into it, the floor was not, on the stage was not black. It was wood, shiny wood, beautiful like a gym floor. Beautiful floor. And then said, get some black paint and black that out. So everybody did, blacked out the whole stage. Holy cats, all those jocks who are in charge of everything had never seen a stage floor before. And oh my God, they were just horrible.
I don't remember that.
We ruined that floor.
I remember starting to use the Marley when we went over there because we needed to have a
The Marley
floor.
came to the black floor.
Oh my God.
And then Lance got the guys from the computer department at the college because the lights were all computerized. And nobody knew how to do
How to
it.
do
So he
those.
hired the guys from the computer department at the college. And they came over and they readjusted everything and that brought the house down because not only did they bring their expertise, they also brought their beer.
Oh.
And
Oh,
beer in
yeah.
public school is
Yeah.
very important. I mean, you will
even
not.
back then, that was a little bit on the edge.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was nobody in the school, there were no kids in the
That's
school.
true, we didn't have any text like they have now.
No, those guys came and read.
How often did you ever hear my father laugh? So it's so rare that when you heard it, it was quite a phenomenon. Oh, fortunately he wasn't on the end. He was kind of crowded. He would just start laughing and he'd go, oh, that girl jumping on that horse. Then a month later, it'd make him happy.
Oh, dear.
Boy, and I remember your mom as producer was so memorable. It was hard to get used to doing shows afterwards
I know.
without hearing her voice and her laughter. And she was such a great producer.
She was, and but didn't put up with. She had a good balance of the cajoling and the knock it upside the head.
She could do.
What show is this?
Music Man.
No, it's not.
No, that's Patience or Bunthorne's Bride.
It,
Gilbert and Sullivan.
it looks like like Modern Major General or something. When was
No,
that?
that's the
I-
same
the
guys
script
that
was made
wrote
for
it.
Music Man.
When was
Gilbert
that
and
done?
Sullivan. I did that in the little theater in the high school.
It's got all the people. It's got Linda, it's got Mark Bearson, it's got Judy Russell, it's got Maria. What year was that?
I can't remember, but it's on the
That's
list.
all.
Years.
It never shows.
Yeah, they're still around.
So you did that by
Look
yourself?
at that one in your lap.
I know.
Isn't that gorgeous?
It is. Did you do those costumes? I don't remember this show ever. I don't know anything here. Look at this.
That was.
It's called
the
Patience.
scene, the opening
It's called
scene.
Patience, 1992. Okay.
Oh, it's on the little.
Oh, and I do remember, yes.
So that was after what? In the,
Oh, there's the picture.
That was when nobody was doing anything.
That is a
so I
music
decided
video, and
to
look
do
really
it.
rough.
so it would have been after
There
working.
was-
It would have been after, okay.
I was in that.
There's,
On
and
stage, singing.
Yep, there's the pink.
that could be Bob Bird right there.
It probably is hot.
That might be Bob.
So ballot was done again in 1991, and then